All right, so we are after our 2 weeks. You now are getting a little more freedom because you are showing that you can manage your tracking, you can stay disciplined with that. That is awesome. Okay, so eating out, what to do, how to do this, how to make it work as part of tracking. You should still be tracking eating out. That's not something where it's like, oh, okay, I've been good Monday through Friday, so Saturday night I'm just going to go eat out. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to track it. No, we still track it. Here's the strategy for it. Number one, look at the menu ahead of time. Most all restaurants nowadays show some form of calories, and many will even include protein, fats, and carbs as part of that. So you look ahead, you look at their menu, you identify what you want. So instead of figuring out what you want at the restaurant, you're just figuring out what you want ahead of time. Not that big of a deal. And then you factor that into your meal that day before your breakfast, your lunch, whatever else, or maybe you're having brunch, you're eating out, so you factor that in first, and then you know how much you have left the rest of the day. So factor that in first, plug that in, and always, if you're ever out, let's say it's a last minute thing, you didn't have a chance to look ahead of time, all you would do is try and find the closest possible restaurant to the place you're at. MyFitnessPal has tons of data in there, so you can always just kind of use a similar restaurant, use a similar dish, and then overestimate how much you had. Okay? Now, if that leads to you going over that day, that's okay. Don't stress about it. Start over fresh the next day. But yeah, always overestimate how much you had when you ate out. And when you do order, try and order without things not being cooked in fat, because that's harder to track. Try and still order lean cuts of meat. Still try and stick to your rules, but enjoy whatever you're having and eating out, and enjoy that someone is cooking for you. You're not cooking for yourself. Someone else is going to do the dishes. You don't have to worry about that. Like, obviously, we still want to have good food. I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't eat any specific thing. But yeah, have a plan going into it, so you know how many calories you're going to be having and what you're going to be having. So that, yeah, if you know that you're going to want dessert because you're eating out and you're going to want to enjoy yourself, or you know you're going to want to have a certain dish, then if you plan ahead, then you can plan the rest of your day around that, which is totally fine. Just know that beginning of the day, you might be a little hungrier if it's a dinner, and then if it's like a brunch or something, the rest of the day you might be a little bit hungrier. That's all part of the process. It's okay. Hunger is not this horrible thing that should be avoided at any cost. Like, it's something that we feel. Just be conscious of it, be aware of it, and be okay accepting it if that is something that happens. But if you have a plan going into it, then you know what you're going to get. You'll already have it tracked, so you don't have to do it at the restaurant. You can just already have that in there, and you can just enjoy the meal and have that break from tracking and everything in that moment, right? So that's what you do when you eat out. Plan ahead, pick what you're going to have. If the restaurant you're going to, if it's a small local restaurant, just pick something similar. If they don't have the macros listed there, again, just pick something similar, kind of overestimate how much it's going to be, and then just put it in your phone and go out and enjoy that meal, all right? And then just get right back on track the next day and get back to it. That's how you go. That's how you go out. You can do this. You can eat out. It's doable. It should not be an all the time thing. Should not be an everyday thing, because again, the less accurate we are, the less precise we can be, and then we create all these different variables. But yeah, that is how you eat out and still enjoy it and have it be part of your life.